Good time zone chat. How's it going? Furnace is rumbling, but should be off shortly. Got a camera to adjust here. Let's do that. What's up? Hey, Rob. Greetings, Marvin. Welcome, Pablo. Hello, Timber. Rob finding a silver lining on changing our clocks. The ongoing existence of daylight savings time in the U.S. actually just depresses me about politics because nobody likes it. I don't know. Show me the person pounding the pulpit to keep daylight savings time, to keep changing our clocks twice a year and wrecking everybody's sleep tables. And it's just like, I've heard handfuls of justifications for it, but not by anybody who wants it, by someone trying to find the good qualities. Well, it's helps kids go to school in the north in more light conditions. You know, they don't have to go. Morning is not dark. You know that, right? Okay, but boy, nobody wants the thing. But the lack of political will to, on a national level, say, hey, nobody wants this. Let's make a change that everybody wants. We can't even do that. Like, we can't even make a change that everybody wants. I have no hope for anything else. Did no favors to Tron. Welcome, though. Hey, Shaman. What's up, Alexis? Hey, Siriana. Have I tried SBB yet? I don't know. You have to tell me what that stands for. Oh, I tried it once, but I haven't gone back to it. I don't know. Seemed fine. Maybe I'd super get into it if I gave it more time. But it didn't hook me on one play. Magic the Gathering hooked me on one play. Many games hook me on one play. And I'm not saying it can't hook me on multiple plays. I'm just saying it didn't hook me on one play, and one play is all I've done. Yeah, it might help. That's a super important, you know, it's interesting as a streamer learning what's important to audiences and what's important to the success of the stream. And really the Untapped GG overlay previously I used, do you remember what it was called? I probably even still have it in my launch app somewhere. Now maybe I took it off because it's dead, but there was an alternative that we used for a while. And the number one comment I would get on stream often, it was basically when that wasn't working. Like when the overlay's not working, you hear about it. And it since I don't see it, it's easy for me to forget that how important a tool it is for my audience, because I'm sitting here in control of the mouse. I can zoom in and read on anything that I need to look at, right? So it's not front of my mind all the time, but then as soon as it's not there and there's a chorus of where'd it go, and also when I join somebody else's stream as a viewer, and immediately start using that feature. It's so vital for engagement in a stream for a latecomer to be able to pick up what's going on, and those overlays really help with that. Not to mention new players who just need to read all this stuff. So yeah, that could help. As you can see, or maybe you can, the chat's going over it, but I did draft yesterday from this account. I ended up, I'm not sure why. We could look at the draft, but I just wanted to call this out because I don't know. I feel like I'm still behind the community in this format by quite a bit, but I just been feeling like this is not a good ninja deck, and it's 4-1. And it's just like, is ninja just the, well, if nothing else, force ninjas, and then you'll get something playable? The problem with this is that I ended up with a lot of the early enablers. You know, a lot of the early cheap thing, 2 virus beetles, 4 network disruptors, but I didn't really end up with a lot of actual ninjutsu. I have 2 shadow walkers and a third in the board. I've got this mythic that I actually picked up pack 3, pick 1. So this is a pack 3 pickup. And then kind of some medium stuff. I do like You Are Already Dead in ninjas because of the whole block or don't block, I don't care thing. Sending in a virus beetle with a You Are Already Dead and a a ninjutsu in hand feels pretty good. You're unsure on it. I mean, I'm not playing it. I'm not saying it's a bomb, but it belongs in the deck, I believe. So anyway, I just wanted to, we don't need to play this deck, but I went in thinking, well, this is kind of a junker. But it's played just fine. Like, if we adjust these cards to reflect where we are hoping to cast their abilities, you end up looking more like this. And it's been good. I don't know. Yeah, it just, like, okay. At best, this seemed okay. I did not like that. You know, an okay is not a good feeling to come out of a draft with. You want to be fist pumping or at least feeling, yeah, this is good. It's like, I thought this would be a 2. Like, this is one where I was going to be happy if I made it to 3 wins, and then I made it to 4-1. And I was like, okay, I guess ninjas are just, you can just do it. So we could finish this one out, but people like to start with a draft, so I'm probably not going to poll it here. And because I started late, I'm not going to mess around. Let's get right to a traditional. Not sure how this is firing these days. Four network disruptors is big game when you have the density of good ninjutsu to make that really sing. And they're fine, but they haven't really sung. But they've been important. They still have been what I ninjutsu'd with. So even like turn 4, sending one of those disruptors and making a 5/5 attacker has been legit. But I mean, they're just way worse without a big pileup of 1 and 2 mana ninjutsu costs. Oh, I know it's not just draft ninjas, Siriana. I'm saying, is it one of those spots where if you're uncertain, like if you're in a troubled situation and you've got some blue or black and the draft isn't going well, can you just like, well, I'm going to force ninjas because I'll get something playable is my thought. Not I've done it. I've solved the format. We force ninjas every time. No, not saying that. Let me adjust this though. I wonder if the quantity of memes I have loaded impacts my performance on this app. I might try creating scenes for each set and only incorporating the memes from each set, and see if lowering my overall loaded memes reduces the burden here. Anyway, neo-traditional is what we're doing. And let's do it. Get to draft view, audio. See how long this takes. If it's okay, there you go. It's like if for some reason this queue isn't firing, we could just hop to a different account. Looks like we there were 7 in the queue. I do on every single one of them, Arstal. Remove that's clicked on all of them. What do we like here? Rare is solid, even just as a 3/2 flyer for 3, that's fine. And then has this clause where sometimes you don't lose. Although that really the strength here is the 3/2 flyer for 3. I've not seen the Platinum Angel ability matter all that much. I've seen it buy somebody some time before dying, and I've seen it keep an opponent from losing when they were already winning. But I haven't really seen it. Haha! I've turned this game around. I have bought myself some time, and now I've won at -3 life. Like, I just haven't really seen that. But again, the 3/2 flyer for 3, fine. And there was no removal there to really compete with it. Here we got a Kami's Flare on the removal front, if we want to grab that. I've been having pretty good success with red-white, frankly. Red-white aggro has been good at punishing slow saga starts. So I kind of am okay with the Kami's Flare, but if we could just take the Saga too, if we're going to take a red card. Anvil or Riot is interesting as well. I don't love the goldness of this, that it doesn't match our Cloud Steel. We're not going to play this and this. So I'm trying to lean to something that might see play no matter what we do, like even Guidebot suggests potentially. I like this card. It's a little clunky, but I like it. Yeah. And it goes in anything. I'm going to do that. If with Alexis's blessing, I'm going to do it. It plays in any. It's 100. It's not the best card in the pack, but it's 100% to make our deck. Well, whenever I can like offload blame onto you, Alexis, it's really appealing. I do like a Virus Beetle. We did see the white-black uncommon gold card. Maybe it doesn't wheel, but if it did, that would be sweet. But yeah, everything else is medium. We take some removal in our Kirin color, but it's not that good. I guess it's Intervention or Beetle, really. And maybe Intervention is the grown-up pick since it matches something we already have and keeps us one color. I think I'm going to do that. I think the Beetle's clearly better. And maybe I'm at a point in the draft where I'm supposed to be just taking the best card and not worrying about color matching. But this, it does matter, you know. It carves out a color. It cuts a color, helps cut a color. It sets us up to do something like this. Now take a Naturalist, if we want to go the Naturalist route instead of the Embrace route. There's Era of Enlightenment. We could stay monocolored for the Era. It's good enough to make that consideration, but I also think the Naturalist is good enough as a gold signpost with our start to absolutely take. See if we can make that work. I'm not married though, but Naturalist gives us a lane. And then Tails works right along with it. Tails on 4 is quite good, but there's Imperial Oath as well. There's Tanuki as well. That all this works with it, but we'd never take Tanuki over Oath at this point. We got that figured out. The only question is whether the naturalist as a signposty thing is worth taking this. And again, I just said I'm not married to the naturalist, so yeah, let's take the oath. Oath 100% to make this deck as it's shaping up, and naturalist still might not. Iron Apprentice has done some good work for a 1-drop. Getting started on 1 matters, but I think Bearer of Memory is fine. It's some, you know, when you get to the late game and this is on boards, you know, I'd say 90 to 95% of the time this card hits the battlefield, it's a 3/2 for 3, and that's a D+. But then the activated ability in the late game is relevant in those remaining spots and can really help you control a board and take over a board. So the bump of the smaller percent shot when you actually activate this brings it up into the C territory. So we'll take it. Yeah, trample matters, right? So there's another one of those. I like the crab a lot as a 2-mode spell, counter something or drop a huge thing. But now with, I think we're kind of headed towards this. Stalker's okay. Maybe we pick up some of the 1/1 for 1 flyers in white that can enable a turn 2 ninjutsu here. Anyway, yeah, I'll take this, especially barring white here. Yeah, Black Clover. What are you taking? Something you think that another bearer was correct? That was like really the. Yeah, crab is. I don't think we're there though. I'm into the. I think we're green white. You know, I'm fine with that. And this is. I've had to come down on this card. I was very high on it first, but I think it's. You take the land here for the splash. Nah, I'm gonna take the pump. I'm gonna take the ramp. We got Imperial Oaths that on turn 5 would be excellent. A lot of people wanted the land. I don't look to splash that much. You like growth? I think we want the emergence. This is real. It's cheaper if we have the naturalist out, and it's a real threat. Taking the Fang that we're probably not going to play, or hedge to something else we're probably not going to play. It's a combat trick. There's nothing, you know, it's like growth is playable if you want a 2-mana giant growth as its primary mode. Yeah, I'll take this, but I don't think we're playing it. I don't think we're playing any of these. Maybe there's a world where we start shrining it up in a way that's effective, but I don't think so. So here's that growth again. We can take a look at it. Oh, sorry. I was thinking of a different one then. So let's take a look at this. Yeah, I don't like this because it's, I mean, I've seen players with good ratings, like good rankings playing it. But it doesn't seem like enough. I'm going to take the terminal here. Yeah, Steward does get auras, but I don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're not generally worth it for 5 mana. Maybe we'll see. I think we'll take the enchantment recaster since we have the naturalist and kind of this plan. And then, oh, should I read this? Does have a white activated ability. Whenever 1 or more non-creature permanents are returned to hand, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Return target artifact or enchantment card. Yeah. Not gonna do it. feels clunky, and I'm going to take the excellent card on color. Off color. If it was on color, sure. I'm not going to take that. Sunblade is fine here. We're not blue. We're green. We're green. I grant you that we're green. So the one thing you have going for me is that we're green, which means we're likely to find some things to find some fixing. But you all act like splashes are free. They're not free, gang. They are not free. When we were young, I guess I'm taking that. We might end up there. Here we go. That's what I like to see. Rebuke is nice, but I'm going to take the Skyward here. I don't know if Archer's doing what we really want in the deck, but we have white. We're going to get up in the air a little bit. I'm going to take it. We could also take the Kunai. Give us some artifact presents for the ones that care about both. Rob looking for timeouts. Y'all acting like splashes are free. Haven would help with such things. Season of Renewal is going to be better for us, though. I think we're going to take that. I don't know if we're playing that. We might. Probably not, though. Another season, maybe 2 is too many. Here's what I was thinking of, the favor. This is the one that's the giant growth effect. Roaring Earth hasn't really done it well. But I'll do that. Yeah, Narika's interesting on that. I don't think we're playing anything from the pack, though. Suit Up is good. Don't think we're playing that. Deck's bad right now. Good thing we got another pack. I guess not bad. After another pack, it'll be fine. I mean, it would be bad if I had to submit right now, but we got another pack. Touch is nice. Maybe we can reel the Fang. That'd be sweet. We take a trainee if not, or an Imperial Oath, but removal good. Yeah, we've got a Shrine Steward. I don't know how many we would play, even if we ended up bagging a couple of shrines. This is cute, but feels like tough to do anything with it. I mean, you gain 2 life. I actually had somebody do the thing. Somebody played this against me and then played a dragon that I had to kill. It was really frustrating. Anyway, yeah, what are we actually doing? Fang here. Papercraft is not a great pack for us. Hey Kadama, you're a mythic. Will you be good, please? Modified creatures you control have trample. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Wouldn't mind this on-color duel, but yeah, we'll take a 3/3 reach with upside. It's not, doesn't speak to me like, oh, sweet, mythic bomb, we win, but we're going to take it. And yeah, that does make me want to play Roaring Earth more. Companion, get in our deck. Easy peasy. I'm going to attack with a Warrior or Samurai alone and replay a Spirited Companion, and I'm just going to say, suck it, Pablo. And everybody else who questions my decisions. No, question away. I know I went with my gut. I try to do that instead of just listening to chat constantly. So we have one of those. We can get a second. Fade is interesting too, Rob. I like that call out. But I'm going to go with the action. Especially again with the Naturalist. Naturalist into one of these Boseiju seems great. And another Sunblade also seems pretty good. Been looking at these a bunch and haven't taken one yet, but now I think we can take one of these. Another Archer. But Tails is kind of what we're doing, and again, if we can get this Naturalist is going to be quite good if we can turn to it. Preserver, a decent final fresh card. There is this other Roaring Earth and a 2-powered 1-drop. These aren't terrible. Helps with like a Stalker, but we might cut the Stalker. I think we just want the Preserver though. No, I don't like it in a vacuum, but we do have, but I think it's still playable, even though I know, you know, its numbers on 17 lands aren't the best or whatever, but I think it's playable in the right context, and we do have this Kadama that really likes modified creatures. So I'm thinking about trying it in the context of this deck specifically, but I don't just like it in a vacuum. Story Weave is interesting because we know we do have pretty significant sagas at this point. 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe we have not as many as I think. We only have the 3. Sorry, I was really thinking about them when I took them. So it is what it is. But here's interesting final pick basically. Tails or Fixing. I'm going to take the Fixing. I think we have the playables, and yeah, Artifact is interesting too. We always need Fixing. I love casting my spells. I hope we get an opening hand that has a Blossoming Sands and like 2 planes, and we have green we desperately need. I just love Fixing. Oh my goodness. Casting my spells. So good. But Tails was close, for sure. So, can probably ditch the terminal. Not really doing anything special with that. We are not really ramping to much, and we're not splashing, so that's got to go. Let's look at it from a creature standpoint. I think we're probably on... we're best of 3, right? So we're going to be on 17. No, I think I'm all single pipped, which is nice. if that's a suggestion, if your point about calling out pips is whether or not the sands was the right pick or not, I still stand by it. Again, the scenario where I'll point it out when it happens and call out the love is like, well, first, like if we didn't have this blossoming sands, what would it be? It would be a forest because we have 2 fangs. So we'll keep that in mind. And the scenarios that come up where I'm super happy about the blossoming sands is when my opener is forest, blossoming sand, and, you know, a naturalist or some important white spells. And then it's like, that is the difference between this hand singing and this being a mulligan, you know? Yeah, we can cut this. We also don't really have the artifacts. We got 3. I mean, maybe it'll happen, but it's not worth like planning for. So yeah, let's cut that. And then anyway, I think I'm gonna be 17 with the, but we do have where is it? Careful cultivation. That's really going to be a 2-drop creature. Stalker isn't really what we're about here, although with double fang, we may be able to do the thing, and, you know, ninjutsuing a companion is obviously awesome. Story weave, yeah, we can cut that. Good call. It maybe if we taken the 4th saga, but I have I have run this in a 5+ saga deck, and it, you know, I've kind of gotten the 2-for-1, right? The advanced on defense, Oppo attacks, all I've got is sagas. Boom, suddenly saga is a creature. It did its 2nd chapter, and it's huge, right? Our removal is touch and intervention and kunai. So we've got 3 reach out and getcha. This doesn't reach out without attacks, but these reach out. This one is combat interaction. We might be able to go to 16 on the double Sunblade, if we're honest about that. But anyway, sorry, let's cut the story weave. We don't need it here, but I just was talking about it has worked for me in the right deck. And I think with the double Sunblade and the cultivation, we can cut a land. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to cut a plains to give us this continued 8 shots at support for a turn 1 fang. And let's see if there's any bling redemptions. Nope. And no pesky EV ruining splashes in here. Still water. Thanks for that sub. You like a 17 land over a 2-drop ramper? Yeah, I like the 2-drop ramper. They're very similar GYC, but, you know, ramp is ramp. Yeah, there is lots of 1/1 hate, but it's a 1/1 that you're going to get your first activation on, because I guess they could have instant speed and mana open, but largely you do it at the end of their turn, untap, and use it. We'll keep this. Need some lands, but have something to do on 1, and if we do find 1 more land, the hand is ready to go. Ooh, need that land badly, but if we can find it, it starts to get good. Can play the Kodama, equip it with the kunai, and then it does its thing. I hear you're on Coiling Stalker 2, but what are you playing over it? I mean, we can go back and look. I didn't know what to run over it, and I do like my 2s. Let's go ahead and run this out, see if we can connect with it, ask him a question, you know? Oh man, a 1-4 serial? Damn it. Well, let's see. Modified greasing control have trample. We do have a preserver. It would only give us 1 counter because it has to be on 2 different, but we could, if we think it's worth 3 mana and a card, make this into a 4-4 and kill the puzzle maker. Really wish we found a land here. Then we could just guide bot it up. That would be great. What do we do here given what has happened? I mean, they snap block. I think I'm going to do that play. It's not amazing, but it does put an enchantment in the yard for Narika if that comes to pass. And it gets this thing going, and they haven't killed it right away, so maybe this... Although, you know, they could just play the common bounce spell on 3, and that would kind of... on 4, and that would suck. All right. Well, if they're just going to take it... So now if I put the modifications on, we get to do the thing. I'm going to do it because we need the land, right? Yeah, True is with me there. Let's just do this because we need the land. Now let's see if they've got something for this. All right. Not scared yet, especially with Guidebot incoming. Yeah, I could also just go Beseju and get that action on. I think I like the... Well, let's see. They have the Crew 2, so they can put up 4 power. So I need to Guidebot this to 5 if we're going to get it in. And I think that's more important than Beseju right now, so that's what I'm going to do. I get a land, or they lose a puzzle maker, one or the other. Or a prototype. If you do that, I get both. I'll take that anytime. If you want to just soak up 4 damage, but still give me the land, I'm in Oppo. Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me move you. Yeah, see, I moved to the scene loaded with memes, and it immediately makes my computer go, eh! So, give me a... Yeah, but there you go. I think I need to mess with my scenes and take out some of the old memes. I think that might be what's going on. And that was just me switching my scene in Stream Deck. That's all it was. I'm going to get some more plains since this is going to get us forests. Is Oppo shatter pausing? Did they forget the trample and are like, damn it, they still got their ramp? I don't know. Is Oppo just giving up? It's not that bad, Oppo. Stick with it. You got this. Or manually concede. This table flipping walk away nonsense is sad times. Now it looks like they just went away. Looks like they misread that block and are now just tilted. I don't know. That's what it's reading to me. But maybe they're here and now in the tank. Doesn't seem like it though. Yeah, really, Kadama in the deck is why I didn't put Roaring Earth on the shorter list of possible cuts. Well, they're still there. Maybe I should have prioritized picking this thing off with the kunai more when I had the chance. Yeah, Oppo reconsidering now, but I think they've lost the chance to crew and go. Five can still swing in nicely here, so we get to do that. And equip kunai, play this. Could also just play the 4-4. Having a 4-4 in the face of the 3-4 vehicles doesn't suck. And this doesn't get big right away. So actually, I'm thinking of leading with the thing that's a 4-4 for us right now. I'm going to do that. And then the Samurai even works with Narika as an attack and getting this back. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start with an attack. I could also start guide botting while the guiding is good, but I think I'm going to stick with the plan for this turn. And where to put this kunai, it does lower the cost of guide bot, which makes me want it on the Samurai. Also, the Samurai can attack and then chuck the kunai. So let's do that. And then Samurai can use the kunai pretty well, and suddenly guide bot is 2 mana draw a card. Again, doesn't suck. And a somewhat must kill. We're going to start to get inevitability through card draw if Oppo doesn't pick this off. Well, they got a lot of vehicles. Seems like they need to get a pilot. Oh no. Yeah, they're just at 40 now. This makes a lot of sense to me in that they really need a pilot. But I'm going to, of course, block with the Samurai if they ship. We're going to take the offer, but I understand why they made it. This got crew 3. They can go crew 2. They can crew both of these now because of the pilots, so they do have good blockers. But this is where it's going to be important that we start drawing cards cheap. They're at 39 cards in the library now, so, you know, 39, 40, 41... 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. They're going for the Hoyle style. So, what are we doing? 8 mana. Can almost do this and activate. That's at 9. We can... let's Guidebot to start. We're not going to add any more modifications, so let's get a card. I love it. We're going to Oath and be thrilled. Look at all this. Look at all this. Probably don't need a Stalker. Companion doesn't hurt. Another Samurai. I guess another Samurai is worth it on this board. And Companion is just free value in that way, especially with this amount of land. So I'm going to do it this way. Doggo first was probably right, Siriana. That's true. But I was thinking 5 mana. We have we can 2 spell it with like either of these 3s and this 5. Oppo clearly knew based on some of the signals we're reading, but turns out resolving good magic cards still matters. And although I might be more experienced than Oppo, I'm in a board now that is quite stalled. And we're looking to get there over time with Guidebot advantage and maybe some flyers. No, I don't think think reviewers thought it would be bad. But it's not the case that 100% of the time 3 2/2s is better than 1 6/6, right? I think if you're attacking, you want 2/2s. If you're blocking, you probably want generally a 6/6. I think the way Marshall put it in the LR set review was more what conventional wisdom had in general at the beginning, which is like, this clearly does a lot and is clearly, you know, doing something very powerful for 6 mana. Like this is 6 mana worth of value, but it's competing against all these other 6 drops that also have a 2 mana mode. That was the thinking. How can a 6 drop that only has a 6 mana mode compete with all these cards that offer you a low mode as well as a high mode, right? So yeah, I thought it would be fine, but thought it would be outclassed by 6s with modal options. And it has not been outclassed by 6s with modal options. It has outclassed those, right? Anyway, back to this. And we can do what I was talking about here. I'm going to let this Hourglass resolve. I guess we don't have attacks into those vehicles anyway, so we are just setting up Value Town. And I'll go... Maybe I should just take the reaches then, even though it does... I can't 2 spell here. Maybe I should just draw. I'm going to draw again. Start there. We know what I'm getting, I guess. But that works. We can then, if we find a land, we can play the Samurai anyway, and if we don't, we drop one of the 4s. Or a 3. Drop a 3 and send the Samurai and get something back, although not now, because I won't have the mana to spend it. Well, we still can. I couldn't do Skyward into Samurai because we didn't have the mana. If I had 9 mana, that would have been my play. As it is, this will. Because then we can play the Forest and drop the Fang. Oh, right. Yeah. I could have done it that way. I was thinking somehow that was Chapter 2. But we don't have attacks anyway because of the big vehicles, so it's all fine. We're just getting wide here. Next turn, we're going to drop another land, draw a card, drop 2 more creatures, and then we're very close to just being so wide that their crewing doesn't really matter. Gotta remember I'm best of 3. You know me, I like to talk through stuff, but I'm actually Oppo's new enough that I'm ahead of Oppo on time. I want to do that, like, I like the swing with Samurai and deal 3 to finish something off play, but I want to do it after I drop Narika and get to cast something for free. Yeah, 3 to face might be better. Reality Chip, great card. Oppo's deck is pretty cool. Gotta say that. Oh, it's not me, Hat. Don't look at me and wonder. Just look at Oppo. It's just that Oppo is new and slow. So what we're learning is that Ryan is barely faster than a newish player running 52 card decks. So, situation normal. Let's do it. I'm gonna try this. So I've got 7 total damage here, which means it can pick off even the automaton if they block with that. I'm going to start here and then start with the attack, and then we'll decide what to do after this. Does Emergence... Let's see, that's a good question. I should, because it's a a creature modified by our thing, right? So, and actually, yeah, that's a good point. If I move to combat and use the thing, I lose an ability here. Maybe I actually go... I'm going to do it this way. Basically, I'm going to wait another turn and not do the attacking thing. Just keep getting wide. And then I think next turn we kind of have it on big attacks. Oh, this has got... I was like, why does this still work? Oh, because this still can tap for mana if we wanted it to. We're at 0... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attackers next turn to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. Most of our stuff is 1 or 2, so that's probably lethal. I'm going to say no attacks and see if we can't get there next turn. But they might add to the board in a way that makes that not work out. We'll see. Brute Suit doesn't add blockers, so I like that. I'm happy that that was what Oppo managed here. Summoning Sick 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12. All right, what are we actually doing? I should have actually not just run that out, because actually it looks like we still have the bearer plus activation mana, but I would have felt silly if I was one short on that possibility, if it's what we wanted. And it is a pretty good thing to have available in a big swing here. I'm feeling kind of lazy and just kind of want to swing in now and make them have it. With this 11-11 behind. I can even drop a Sunblade if there's not a reason to bearer. So I'm literally swinging with everything. If this was a more important event, I would take this more seriously. I'm kind of doing the no-look swing away, but and I would take more care with this play if there were more on the line. But for the purposes of television and clock management, and I think we're good anyway. Math, blockers, etc. All right. Let's see what Oppo comes up with. I imagine they put Automaton on the 5/5 Mythic. They got a lot of eat blocks. You know, they can put the 6/6 on the 4/5 or the 4/4. We do get to chuck this star if we don't want to activate the bearer. So we have. Oh, actually, we can do both. With this, we can use this to chuck the star. And it still has 6 to bearer, so let's keep that in mind. We have a +1/+1 counter and 3 damage to throw around here. And 3 to the face might be where it's at here after the dust settles. So the blocks are committed. Yeah, +1/+1 gives trample. If that becomes relevant. I don't think it's gonna be relevant. I just think we want it on. Let's see what's unblocked here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 unblocked, and they're at 11, so there you go. Math for blockers for the win. So, a lot of vehicles, of course. Suggestion to bring in the Searchlight Companion, but I don't know. They've got some flyers there. I'm not sure what that gets us. If you're trying to win through the air. I don't know about that. Let's see if we got any artifact hate. I don't think so, but if we did, I would want to use that. Yeah, I don't really see anything here that's super important. All right. See if this Roaring Earth can do anything. Gonna go Earth on 2 and the awkward part of Earth. Maybe we do Earth on 3. Go Stalker on 2, Earth, land on 3. I guess that's correct. Or Bearer in Earth later. Like, I don't need to play this on 2. We can also think of this as a channel card that we play much later. I mean, ostensibly you do both, if you can figure out a way to get this back, but that would be like, we don't actually have the enchantment bouncer. But yeah, we'll just drop a stalker here. Figure out next turn when we get there. Trouble with Roaring Earth Stalker in this situation is that it doesn't give us an attack. The familiar still blocks a 3/2. So if they stay back on D, which they are, I am going to go with the Bearer into Skyward play. And yeah. I'm gonna do that. Maybe even into Tails, and we worry about Roaring as a channel consideration later. I don't have to play this as an enchantment on 2 or whatever just because I have it. And if we did it here, it would be like all we did for the turn. That doesn't seem great. So I am going to go ahead and Skyward. And again, I don't really have attacks here that I like without putting counters around. So yeah, this is fine. Yeah, it just felt too mana inefficient despite the creation of clean attacks. Some rummaging or looting from Oppo here, maybe. Great little mode on this thing. It's not enough value for that play, Oppo, but I get the temptation. Uh, 52 was my count last check, but maybe they added some cards in sideboarding. So now we got a Harmonious we can play and attack with. That seems fine. Tails doesn't quite create a good attack, whereas Harmonious does. I mean, they've got 6 mana and 2 cards, so I'm not counting on anything here, but also with this player, this could just be 2 crappy cards or some lands, so I'm going to make him have it. Yeah, I think that makes sense, Hat. Non-competitive newish players don't want to be ranked. They know where they rank, right? I could also just send the Stalker at this point. I don't care if they trade this, if this gets traded off. Probably should have been offering before. I don't want to send the Bearer, though. That's too good later. This is going to be active soon, and I don't want to offer that, but I'll happily offer this. Oppo playing Voltron. That's fine. Next turn, Tails, and then we're getting to a nice big channel Roaring Earth situation. Yikes. Talk about a situation. We're going to be cracking back pretty hard, though. They can swing away, but we can race. I can race. You want to race? Let's race. We even get Vigilance off of Tails. Okay, Oppo looking to defend with their 7/7. Makes sense. So we have to start deciding whether we are on Roaring Earth. I mean, we do have 3 lands here. We could this does represent 3 +1/+1 counters we can throw around, and the Bearer starts doing that too. I think that's probably fancy play. I'm just going to drop Tails though. And this is going to get naturally bigger than this over time, but I can put this here, and then with the land play next turn, it'll be ready to attack through a 7/7. So even though the 4/5 is the thing that can attack now, it doesn't have good attack, so I'm going to put it on the thing that sets up for next turn. Certainly asking them a question. If they have an answer for this, we'll find out soon enough. Hot chip. Might actually play Cultivation as a aura this game. But if we don't channel this thing next turn, we might just want to play that as a mana dude so that the Roaring Earth gets even bigger when we do fire that off. But plan, still the plan. Yeah, I like holding this for the channel. That was kind of the decision last turn. But now then the question is, do we use this as an aura or a way to make the channel on the Earth 1 point bigger? Probably just an aura, since +1/+1 counter is 1/1, and this represents 1/3. So anyway, back to this attack. Don't need to do this pre, since we're only sending this, and it is not a warrior or a samurai. And I like that we have the Bearer mana available as well. It's getting pretty abyssy. Like, I guess they can they double? No, they can't even double crew. So feels like this is where the chumps start. Yeah, it's true. We can channel and get it back. I like that. And to that end, though, we're going to play Narika now, channel this out at the end of turn, and then max the Roaring Earth next turn with the Plains play. So we'll get as much as we can. And then the Roaring Earth token and the Tails backside will be ready to attack the turn after. So that's pretty good for them. Nice top deck. Yeah, that's true. Maybe the trample would have been better there. Well, again, if they're racing, I think we're pretty happy with that. So 7/7. If we double block, it's a 1 for 1. It's a 2 for 1. Do we care? Do we want to make that trade? I don't think we do. I think we just want to accept this race if Oppo wants to, because this is going to be very big next turn. Or at least it'll be a... No, actually not. It's not. I was thinking this was... I mixed up my two sagas. This is just going to be a 5/5. So it's got vigilance and haste, though. I'm going to pass. This is going to be big. So I'm going to say no blocks for now. Well, yeah, I just think we actually want to attack with more stuff. They're not leaving a 7/7 back for blocking means that we get 4/5 has a good attack. Heck, Narika has a good attack with a threat of a bearer activation. Yeah, we could stick the aura on, but I didn't. I already made the 1/1, so too late for that option, but interesting line. Kunai interesting here, both for face damage and for taking out a familiar. This can crew anything. Oh, enchantment creature, thanks. I just thought that was creature. Enchantment creature seems a little restrictive, like whatever. 6 mana, let him throw that anywhere, right? Okay, good to know. We can channel, but this... Oh, it is haste, so let's see. What do we get? We get 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4... So we can make a 4/4 with haste to go along with this, and that does beat this. So yeah, I like that. And then we can save the Kunai to like face for. Yeah, but we don't want to tap 4/5. We want to attack with it, right? Why would we not? Why would we tap this to add 1 point there when we can get 4 points extra by attacking? Oh yeah, true. I could get it from here, but that attacks for also. It doesn't. I guess we make it a little bigger, and that's fine. That I like, but I don't like tapping the 4/5. I'm trying to declare this as an attacker. This gives it haste. We send these 3 that all attack through this. If they don't block, we get Kunai for the win next turn. We have some chumps to survive another 7/7 swing. And I don't like suiciding the 3/2s into a 3/4 blocker. Although, I guess we send all. Like, yes, we do, right? This is vigilant anyway, so it's going to be able to block. So I changed my mind. Make them figure it out. There's a lot. And if they take some time, if they eat with a 3/4, I think we just do too much damage. This might be enough anyway. Nah, Not quite, but Kunai says close. I'm not going to play it because I'd like to have I like having these 3 blockers, and obviously we have enough mana to cast and equip, and they're not playing black, so we're not going to discard this to anything. Yeah, Farewell would be tough, but I still like our chances in that spot. We just need to find a creature, and then we get there with this. Yeah, you can equip that. I still have a double block that gets you. You're done for, Oppo. We can just take this. They're tapped out, cardless. We're at 13. They're attacking for 9. We crack back for the win. As Oppo recognizes. All right, good start. Notch to win. And need a quick bio break. Refresh my coffee, and I'll be right back, and we'll close this out. Hold on. Hey, gang. Back to it. Sweet. Got a 1 and a 2, a couple of 2 options. We'll figure out what we want to do. Can cultivate to have 4 on 3, but 4 on 3 doesn't currently get us anything. We'll just go with this instead. Huh. Looks like it could be tough. We got a Death Toucher to threaten blocks. I'll play the Naturalist here. Hey, Yawgmoths. See, it's all just a trick to get you here. Since you haven't been able to catch me on YouTube, I forced you to find me live. No, I'm sorry. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think YouTube content is dead forever, but it's been dead for 3 weeks now or something. Yikes! Oppa with a nice start here. We got a pretty good one too, but I'm scared. In this case, we can get a companion for 1, and then and then cultivate at the end of turn to ramp. Let's do that. At least start here. Good doggo. Hold on.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you. Squirrel!
We can cultivate, and then next turn... Yeah, I guess we are cultivating. It's either cultivate or Sunblade, and I'm not going to do that. Or it's hold cultivate as a aura, and I'm not going to do that either. So, yeah, I guess we're just back on D here. This is where I expect another enchantment and things to just get out of hand. Look, things are out of hand. What does using it as an aura get us right now? They're getting so big that the Death Touch picks off something, but then a cultivation on either of these things doesn't do that much against this growing army. Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could have done that even with the Naturalist. I could have done that before. That's fair. But a creature's a creature. Yeah, I didn't really consider it at the time, but it's too late to do that line Arstall without giving up my my mana from the turn. So I wish I had considered that back when I had a chance to main phase it last time. But having failed that, I'm going to do this now. Interesting. I think this is still at let's go ahead and play this, and then wait a sec though. Yeah, I guess I play this, play the land, put a counter on something else, and then play one of my 3s. That's fine. And where do we want this? Probably on the Naturalist. These were all kind of born to die. Naturalist has kind of got a target on it anyway, so I don't generally like taking kind of our most important creature and making it even a juicier target for removal. But I'm hoping to bounce this and recast it. This is looking to tap and make mana. This is already doing its thing as a 1/1 Death Touch, so this just is the thing that best uses it. Oh yeah, we can do that. Still play the Samurai, so let's do that. Good call on the functional 4-drop. And a 4/4 here on this board is really useful to keeping things at 20/20. If we can get this equipped to the Samurai, start clocking. We got 1 reach creature, but that would be bigger than it. How much work is this Fang of Shigeki done this game. Oppo's not attacking solely because of that thing. Now I'm on Bearer plus Cloud Steel, and we try to get going in the air. Well, the monk mana has at least proven valuable. Yeah, they have reach, but on a 3/3, I believe the 4/4 beats the 3/3. Although now we got this thing to deal with, unfortunately. And now, of course, they're offering the 6/5 for the Death Toucher because they really just want to have a clear path for the Kami. Can we kill the 6/5 with creatures we're happy to lose? Or for only 1/1? Like, we could put Samurai and Naturalist on it, and it's a 1-for-1. If we lose the Samurai, we lose our plan for the air. But Roaring Earth is going to get some counters up there. Yeah, I think we need to take some... This is worth it if it's a 1-for-1, as we hope. And they left us the one I wanted anyway. Preserver. Saints preserve us. Well, let's put this on the Samurai, and then next turn we'll have the Preserver. They might double block, which would suck, though. But I do like getting the Kirin on something now. If I played this, we could send a solo Samurai into death. There's nothing else except this one. Don't want to do that yet. I want it to fly. So yeah, we're going to put this on the Samurai. And no attack it. And then next turn, maybe we'll have... if we find a land, we even have Narika with the Preserver pitch option, which maybe gives us an attack with the 4/4. I say maybe. Ooh, hello. Now we definitely do. Great, great, great. I almost want to... Now we could Narika... Yeah, let's Narika... And then attack with the Samurai. Oh, except I can't both cast the Wanderer's Intervention and recast Narika enchantment. So never mind. I'm just going to have Preserver and Intervention available. But if we can get away with just using the Intervention here... Oh, that's interesting. What do you think this is about? Not just a chump, but make him do something and then we'll respond. Just a chump? Am I taking one at the end of turn or something? What's going on here? Well, Narika. Interesting. Are they getting... Maybe they're just getting it back with, like, this thing? Is this... Oh, no, it returns this. It doesn't return some random one, so I don't know what that was about. Oh, I should have. I should have just picked that off. I got a little. I was so distracted by the other play, I missed the obvious one right there. Sorry, just got distracted. Now how do we do this part? We'll get him next turn anyway, and now I've got the Narika, so we're gonna go for that play. Just attack Samurai and bring back our Naturalist. Oh man, we could do this as well if we want to do that. I think Naturalist is fine though. even play the Preserver and put a +1/+1 counter. That threatens to just block and eat up top and gets us a 3/3 on board. That seems good to me. We'll do that. See if they attack into this now. Huh? A little +1 of their own. Fair enough. Gets it out of range of the intervention, too, so that hurts. I'm not blocking, though. Although we could block, play the other samurai, re-equip it, and just get back to business, and then actually replay this one off of Narika. So, yeah, with them at this state of board, I'm going to do it. Yeah, we can throw the flying around again. And let's see. We can put this here, but it actually doesn't change. It doesn't like give the +1/+1 counter over to an equip. Yeah, I kind of forgot I had Roaring Earth, if I'm honest. But that being said, we can still get there. Like, Narika herself is fine for this plan. You know, I mean, this, like, we're all excited about attacking with a 4/4 samurai. We can do it. We can do this now. Yeah. Oh, you have to. That's interesting. I tried to submit 0. Oh, does it go back? Okay, it stayed in there. That's the main thing. And did it stay in there if I don't? Yeah, we'll take 3. Secret MVP of this entire game was our 1-drop. This 1/1 for 1 has single-handedly held off what is now an 8/8 for the whole game. Let's see. Do I want to get more counters here, or are we going to spread the counter love around? Probably spread the counter love around, right? Play the samurai and the land after. But let's just play this samurai for free. Interesting. Yeah. I was looking at interesting being True's suggestion, gaining the life and buffing the naturalist. All right. That's cool. Because we're just going to play another samurai, and we got a lot of value out of her. And we get to hold the intervention up. All right, main thing, no reach. So if we can survive the turn and re-equip the Kirin, we become tough to deal with for Oppo. Yeah, they're getting on it now. Did something give him trample? Was it this? What? Oh, just naturally had trample. I'm just, yeah, surprised they haven't traded that sooner with the natural trample on these. So probably, well, definitely just like, this is going to come back though, right? But it comes back and it's small again, so that's okay. But really with the trample, maybe we just trade here. And then maybe find, is there 8 worth of power we would put on it elsewhere? Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You like double block tails? I mean, but it's just doing what it's doing there. Yeah, shrine grows every turn. So let's go 1. That's 5. This kills it, and then still leaves us with our plan. So I'm going to do this. Giving up a lot to take out the shrine. I guess we could have combined it with this if we wanted to save a creature, but this will still be useful down the road. Or maybe it doesn't matter. We're kind of all in on Kieran equipping Samurai, you know, and just making them have removal for that. Like, Oath doesn't matter. We're just all in. It's funny, I was saying, you rarely see the Kieran swing a game, turn a loss into a win. This might turn a loss into a win here. And we got, I mean, it starts with this. This is how we're trying to win. Two turns. Oppo has 2 draws to find removal or reach or flying. And to that end, I guess I will go ahead and take out the trainee because I have the card for it, but there's no, I'm not blocking. Yeah, landfall counter is an interesting call. I didn't do that. Could have turned it into a dead next turn. Well, let's see if that counts, matters true, because True found a game-winning line for next turn. I've given Oppo 1 more turn. Let's see what they do with it. Oh, it does. A turn can matter. Absolutely. If they top deck removal artifact hate for our Kieran, we just lose the game that we would have won. So anyway, I am going to take out the trainee, though. I don't know what else what other value we're going to get out of it. I don't know if it matters, no, but... So to that end, maybe I'm supposed to save it true. There's the heuristic of just, I'm trying to use my mana when I can, that kind of thing. I don't know. That's a draw. If both players are in a losing, you know, although if both players are in the negative and I'm the only one with Kieran, I should have already won the game. But if both players are suddenly negative at the same time somehow, yeah, it's a draw. All right, can we get there this turn anyway? No, not really. Oh, close, close. Yeah, True's line doesn't even give him a chance, but we're gonna see if we get there anyway. And I'll play this to keep ramping. I can't play 2 lands though, right? I already played 1 land. I should have played this pre so that when this enters I could buff the samurai, but heuristics, you know, creatures after combat, etc. And let's just spread it around a little bit. Shouldn't really matter at this point. I mean, this game is pretty clear.
I'm not overconfident. You're just under.
Exile target tapped creature. How important is the vigilance here? How are we dead? Well, it finally happened, gang. That's the first time I've won a game that I wouldn't have lost, that I would have lost without the ability on the Kieran. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they thought that it could save them somehow, but it doesn't change that much. I think the depends on the thing. If you show like a bomb, artifact, or enchantment and give your opponent real chances to sideboard against a specific subtype of permanent, or, you know, card type, then that's kind of showing info. I guess that a flash, it matters, like, because now we can, especially if a flash planeswalker, right? If this were just a planeswalker, though, I don't know how much it changes any of our play in the next game, but a flash planeswalker does, because now Oppo on 4 open mana makes us wonder what happens if they've got the Wandering Emperor, right? So for that purpose, I think it does matter, but for planeswalkers in general, I don't think it really does. So just a little interesting side note there. I don't understand both. What? When? Oh, I had, Gross was asking how we were even alive. I was just talking about that. This Kieran has this ability to keep you alive even though you should be dead, but it rarely comes up. Usually a opponent just has something, and I've mainly seen this as a 3/2 flyer for 3. This was really the first time for me that the can't lose the game clause mattered to the outcome. Yeah, there you go, Tron. That wouldn't be very good. But I can win and you can't is pretty good. This hand is pretty good. We don't love the Stalker, but it fits in the curve. I mean, it's just a curve filler for us. But hey, and there you go. That's why you run curve fillers, so that you have things to do on 2 with hands like this. Oppo with 2-power 1-drop. I really do like the 2-powered 1-drop. This format can get pretty darn aggressive, and when you can start a curve on 2-powered 1, whew, like, here it comes, brace yourselves. Okay, that's not bad because it can't attack us, so I don't mind that. And I'm going to play the Stalker and really happily trade for that 2/1. Especially if they put a counter on it now. Yeah, bring it! Bring it! Oh god, I'm so happy to trade this off. I mean, I don't know what there is for 1 green. Don't care. Show me. Traded for a card. That's fine. Do we want to go... Yeah, let's go... If we go Death Touch, we can go Death Touch, Kunai, Equip, or we can just play our 3. This is going to get even bigger. Do we want to trade Norika for a 4/3? Probably just want to trade a Fang for that, and then Norika can get it back. So I'm going to go with the Fang, Kunai. I'm going to equip it, even though probably what happens is we block and it falls off, but whatever. All right. Hey, that's... At least they're out of land, although I have a feeling this is gonna... Oh, one more still stays in range of the Kunai. That's great. So I'm gonna go... Kirin... Kunai... Equip. Although, maybe we just want to risk Narika first? Maybe this is what we risk. Yeah, I'm going to do this. They get another shot with their mechanic, but then we pick it off. And if they... Yeah, that's great. They're throwing their counter there and really using it up. Probably need to get a land out of this, but we don't have another play. But it's okay. We really stabilize. This is going to buff a archer that can't attack. So definitely picking this thing off. We could offer Narika for the archer if we thought that mattered, but I don't think it does. We have stuff to attack through, and I think we may be able to get some value here. So I'm going to go ahead and... although, let's see. We do have... No, we don't have anything in the yard. Like... Yeah, this thing's got to die. And I don't want to send Narika to the archer yet. So let's do this. And then the question is Kirin or find a fifth land. I would rather just Kirin and hope we find a fifth land and naturally hardcast this and this. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, let's go naturalist and then go ahead and seek that land out. Yeah, I'm not going to attack into the reach. Thanks for the reminder, though. It's sneaky reach always. Well, Battle of the Oaths here. Although apparently not yet. I'm going to go turn this forest into a land and then probably guide bot it next turn. Might just move, if we find land, we can move the Kirin onto the 4-5 and start going for the air. Well, here we go. Here's some. It's not not land immediately. Do I have a discount? Why? Oh, here. That's the 5. It's like, why can I even do this? I can do this because this is still land, but I don't want to use it for that. So I am going to go skyward and get some forests here. Oh, I'm already at 10:44. Got to watch that. Game 1 was kind of complicated and long. Gonna reach skyward again, it looks like. But not yet. I'm in for getting up in the air to at least block this thing, right? So we got to do that. And they got a reach, but it's only 4/4, so we get to even attack with this. And are we just dead? One block here, one block here, one block here. We're just dead. If they figure out attack with everything. But we just... It was the game we had this time. And Oppo didn't see it. They did see this, though, which is almost as good. Oh, yeah, that's right. I should just not... I have to, like, let that go. We're going to try to win off this again, but it seems unlikely. So, we're all in on this. This is what I'm talking... This is what usually feels like. It's like, okay, we're not dead, but we're kind of just dead later. So, we'll see how it goes. I guess we need to build... We need to grow it so that it can... get big enough to start swinging. So I'm going to do that. Get more lands and then Roaring Earth and grow it. Because I guess I could make a big Roaring Earth too, but I'm going to work with what we already have going. You still don't die, but... Yeah, it's a good blocker. True. And, you know, at this point, I am just going to guide bot and put it on the forest again. I know it taps it, but it sets it up for next turn. And we're already dead. Like, we're clinging to Kieran right now anyway, so we're already doing all the risks. The risk's already here. Season of Renewal could get us a couple of things. I'm going to keep growing this, though. And if I can't tap 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, I can Oath and Bot. So I'm going to start there. Maybe I should Oath first because Bot... Because then I can draw what I scry. But I guess I don't mind the land too much. But yeah, I should Oath first. And then I think we take that, but we probably don't want that. What does 9/9 get us here? They can block with everything and kill it. Are we cool with that? If they block everything and... Or they block with everything, we either kill the Moth or like of the 4/4 and 2 of the 2/2s. Or like the 3/3, the 2/2, and the 4/4. That is pretty good, especially with this behind. All right, I'm in. And Season of Renewal. Yeah, timer is really gonna is more the timer is everything here, so let's get on it. All right, now we've got an 8/9, and it's the only thing. Oh, this has reach 2. Darn it! So not as clean as I was hoping. Well, we got to do what we can to win. I hear you on the Emperor risk, but you know, at some you got to do what you got to do too. Let's do this. Season of Renewal. I think I do this too. Yeah, still sending the 10/10. Got another one behind. I could get more lands even. I'm just going to get super wide here. I can't really even pause much here. I just got to keep playing quickly. Yeah, I guess. We got one out of it, and I don't know. I'm gonna play this too. Yeah, we could reconfigure onto Bezeju. That's what I should do, right, Rob? We could move this now. Although even that, it's not. It's still they still have a kill though, so we still can't really do it. Almost ready to swing in with everything though, except this. And again, you know, I could try and block and kill, but they've shown it. They have no cards in hand. Yeah, I guess. Swing all is close. Let's get something like... I'm going to throw this on a samurai. A little weird, but... And then I like... I mean, right now we don't lose... Let's see if they block this, we're at -4, so we can't send this because they block and kill it, and then we were all dead. So we got to do this. And then I'm going to send everything. The rest is kind of a no-look flunge here. Just like we drew it up. Two games back to back where the Kirin was essential. Interesting. So much for the refreshed coffee. All gone. Nice. Made it to some gems back, no matter how this third match goes. And we're playing for doubling up. Nice. Okay, I could have attacked with everything there if it had been like the difference. No, if you draw 17 times in your match and it all happens under an hour at your local whatever, then your final match is, you know, 1, 2, and 17 or whatever. We can keep this. Not perfect. Would like to find something else to do on 2. Besides potentially Sunblade Samurai for land. Really don't want to do that now. We have 5 land, like and this, so we're kind of done. And if the magic gods are being kind, we'll find a 2-drop to do something with on turn 2 here, because we got a 3, we got a 4, we got a 5, but our 2 is empty. Yeah, and Oppo went 1-2 and is playing ninjas, so. Oppo going 1-2 with a ninjas on the play against our start on turn 3 is honestly probably not going to get there. I think we've kind of almost lost this game already. But we'll see. They still got to have stuff, but they're presumably 2-0 themselves. And so I'm figuring that this game is already like a 75-25 proposition for us just based on this start. Like, the fact that we did not get ninjutsu there is huge. The fact that they're not doing anything, though, is scurry, and I'm kind of expecting the Krabby Crabs to make it less good for us here. What to start with? I'm going to go ahead and do the 3-3 reach. Maybe a secret reach will get him or something. And nothing spent on turn 3. Immediately, I feel like I have potential again. And, oh, secret reach? Do it! Oh, they looked at it. Darn it. Although Infiltrator, I gotta look. I thought it was, oh, it's single black. They can pump it. So we won't do that. I don't want to trade. If it was a trade, I might consider it. But it's, and also, the reason I was so excited is I was thinking this activation was double black, but it's not. So no blocks. Interesting they did not send the captain, though. It's like they managed to read the reach, but not the menace? I don't know. Or maybe they're hoping to double block here, that's worth it to them. Honestly, that shrine is annoying enough. I think I might just send here. And then we can follow with Narika Fang or Reach Skyward. Probably Narika Fang. But yeah, do we want to make this offer? We really don't have a way to win this against this in the long game, so I am going to offer my Mythic for their uncommon, but it's a real card. Yeah, they don't even want to trade, so how about that? When I took this controversial pick over splashable bomb, as chat called it, I've never played it, so I'm not personally rating it as bomb, but I believe chat. I just didn't want to splash. I don't like splashing. Even I didn't have any splashing tools at the time. I took this instead, and somebody called out that this isn't even that great, and I want to acknowledge that. Like I think I overvalue Narika. There's my combo brain, my synergy brain loves the potential of this card, but I have to acknowledge that she doesn't really play out that way super successfully. Yeah, draw one, kind of a draw one as a floor, but sometimes you don't even really get that set up great. I still like her, but I have to acknowledge that I'm enamored with her more than she deserves, I think. Anyway, here we could drop a counter onto the 3/3, and then we have a 4/4 trampler that, oh wait, does it trample? Yeah, no, reach, sorry. No, but oh, no, it would trample. So it'd have trample, and then either they block with everything, or we get some ramp. So that's a real possibility here. I'm a little worried about the open mana, though. They didn't pump the Infiltrator, and they could have, right? So clearly they have plans here. That makes me scared enough to Guidebot the Death Toucher. That's an interesting... I generally don't try to augment my Death Touchers because their goal is to trade off with stuff. So that's why I was thinking that. Death Touch Trample is fair, but it's still... I mean, okay, so they just block with 1, and then it tramples for 1. I don't know. I don't see Death Touch Trample, 2/2 Death Touch Trample being some thing to chase here. So I am going to just take a moment here and play out the Sunblade Samurai for full price and pass. I don't like what's going on here. I don't like the open mana. This is all suspicious as heck. All right. Well, obviously, again, super suspicious. We technically have a double block that takes out this raid captain. Sorry, road captain. Raid captain is my channel points redemption. We could just take it. They get to ninjutsu we can't stop a ninjutsu, so I'm kind of on team take it, although maybe I need to be bold and just go ahead and block this captain and make him show us what they've got. I think I'll do this. At least Narika can threaten to get the samurai back. Yeah, that frog is a big frog, and it's chewing on dinner there. Okay. A complicated 1-for-1 of sorts. Well, they drew a card off this, though, right? So this replaced itself, so the net result was trading a raid for the mythic. Let's not be hasty, Ryan. No need to run cards out without thinking about your turn. Blockers, they've got 4 power and a lot of toughness. That means a 5th point of power on the samurai means it has a good attack. So we're going to guide bot the samurai. And do we have... Yeah, I can't recast that. Not an enchantment. But still a good turn. Could even send the Death Toucher knowing that eventually the samurai will target it to get it back. I think that's worth it. I'm going to do it. I mean, I know they just get a 1/1 for it, but it feels free to me. You know, Oppo destroying either Narika or 5/5 or playing something big could undo that whole plan, but then my cost is a 1/1 that really wasn't affecting the board this game much because of the flyers and the go wide, and I have a backup. So that was my thought, that was a pretty free offer. Not completely though, because Oppo could obviously disrupt our combo here. I believe that, yeah, this is the card I passed. So very, very flavor appropriate for the event that I'm now facing the card that I eschewed. Maybe it was correct to take the chance, given that I overvalue Narika, but I still super stand by my comment that splashing ain't free, gang. Splashing ain't free. Yeah, you go check the tape. Go see if Sneaky Squid was in our pod. Okay, we get the attack. Probably just draw from Guidebot here and cast the this thing. But let's start there. I guess I could have attacked with this Fang for the same reason I attacked with this one. I didn't. Oh, they've taken names off, so you don't know who you're drafting against anymore? I didn't think it really mattered much. I'm gonna show him our sitch. Empty-handed. Well, not empty-handed, but empty of mystery. Oh, interesting. Off temporarily, it seems. Have I missed memes today? Let's see. What's been played today that I missed? Definitely saw this one.
You have the right to remain silent.
I choose to waive that right.
I think that's it for memes that I've missed today. Oh, neat. Okay. Another one of these. We're going to get very big soon. Is it going to be soon enough? We need to get this out in the reach. We need to block these flyers ASAP. Nothing to get back on that front. But we still have good attacks with the samurai. So we're going to do that. I guess I start with a guide bot draw, though. Cultivation. Okay, this gives the reach right away, so maybe switching to immediate reach is good, and a 2/4 reach Death Toucher I can get behind. So that's going to be my plan here. Although, again, I should do it after combat, right? No need to do that when I can swing away first. Yeah, I can put it on the vigilance. Maybe that's fine. Yeah, I guess just getting really huge vigilance is fine too. And the reach still blocks up top. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then I'll do that get us some extra damage. And yeah, I'm going to send one Fang. Again, they just get to kind of trade it off, but I'm probably sending this alone next turn. Yeah, but we're going to add another huge one and another huge one. So the chumpers start to run out as we get going, and we even get to cast the Skyward here. It does allow for reach attacks for a turn, but I like doing it. We have blocks on the ground. Tight though. Getting tight in here. That infiltrator gonna pump. But they can't double pump. But maybe we're dead. Let's find out. Maybe I overplayed my hand there. So we go here on here, here on here, and hope. Yeah, I got greedy. That was dumb. Looks like we were dead anyway with that play, but my heuristic of use all my mana actually set me up to lose a game I didn't need to lose. This made it moot. Made it a free lesson, really, but definitely a screw up to follow the heuristic of maximizing mana. Maximizing mana is great, but if it leads to your death, it wasn't correct. All right. My son is transferring from a local community college to Western, or he's attempting to transfer to Western Washington University in Bellingham, Washington. And he's done his work. He's now waiting to hear. He'll get in. I'll be shocked if he does not get into this college. But he's just excited to have that grown-upping done. Story weave. We only have a couple of sagas. I want more sagas before I run this, even though it does have the just 2+1/+1 counter mode, which isn't terrible. I worry that in a blue ninjutsu deck they're going to have bounce. I mean, we didn't see it there, so I don't like. I'm going to just run it back. I don't love adding counter distributors against blue. It's just blue has too much blink and bounce and stuff. Yeah, I think, if you're trying to figure out how to get a 4-year college degree without breaking your bank, the 2-year community college into 2-year traditional is a really interesting plan, because I think almost the least important part of your college education is the first couple of years. It's where you're trying to figure stuff out anyway. It doesn't matter that you didn't have the most brilliant professor in the world. It doesn't, as long as you get somebody presenting the content reasonably, your first couple of years you're kind of figure out what you want to do anyway. So don't pay a lot. Go figure out what you want to do for not very much money. And then when you figure out what you want to do, that'll help inform what college you want to transfer to. And then you can try and transfer to get that taken care of. And hey, your degree explains the place you graduated from, not the place you started. Well, I was just going to go here, but hey, we'll take Kadama. That's cool. Well, the community college can be as offended as it wants Rob. But at the end of the day, does it want the business or not? Well, we can't, unfortunately, modify this to get the ramp, but we're cool. We get ramp with, well, not ramp, but land drops with our Skyward. I could just play the memory to get that going. Maybe that's what we were supposed to do, but this does get the huge Chapter 3 creature going faster, so I'm going to do that. Bearer on 5 into 6 mana, also good. Wow, spell pierced. Okay. Okay, Oppo, you got me. Apparently not, Hammer. It wasn't there. If I could hindsight the bearer, I would sure would. Two-one ninja incoming. Who expects to effing spell pierce? I mean, I know we have some stuff, but I still think that's a bad include from Oppo. Memory with intervention is fine. Show me on the doll where the big state college hurt you, Rob. I'm going to block here in case they've got something they want to do. I'm just going to intervention the hacker anyway. I was correct around the saga. You're not playing around spell pierce. I said I wasn't results oriented in the sense of saying, oops, I made a mistake. I was results oriented in the sense of saying, if I had perfect information and knew they had spell pierce, I would have played it around it with the bearer. But no, I'm not suggesting that the move itself was not correct. Okay, so I'm actually going to take this trade and I'm going to pick off the thief instead. Oh, are you? If you're referencing community humor from the show, I watched some of that show, but I have tried and bounced off of Community like 4 times now. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but I have Bounced off community every time. All right, let's go ahead and modify this and get a ramp out of it, I guess. Yeah, there's some problematic content in that show. I think that does not surprise me from a Dan Harmon show. I respect and like Dan Harmon a lot, but some of his older content crosses some lines here and there. What did Oppo just do? Oh, shrunk it to a 1-1? All right. Good, more lands. Well, that's what we needed. Playing lands because we do have that channel card that if we draw, we want to max out. Ugh, am I losing to a Shrine Steward? Let's see what they get with it. That's pretty reasonable. Aura to go fetch. Let's go ahead and ninjutsu this thing back, though. We lose the aura, but it gets, I don't know, 2-4 versus 3-3 that we can stock and make into a 4-4. I don't know. This is actually not clean and clear, but I am going to attack. If they also might just double block, but that's cool too. If they double block, I'm also fine with that. Although, are we? I mean, I think we're just losing this, gang. That's the bottom line. I'm going to attack, but we're flooding too much, and Oppo has a nice, smooth 3-color, 5-mana curve-out type situation. It's not going to be very winnable for us. Captain is peskier. I'm going to go ahead and leave them the kill the captain and leave them the steward, even though it has more power. I think this is the peskier card. And I'm going to play the stalker. Maybe they just use their removal on it. That'd be fine, I guess. So this is why I don't think we're going to win, though. Like, I don't know. Like, they have an answer to our one thing. They're going to have all this power on board. I don't see how we win from here. They got 3 extra cards besides what they're already ahead with. I don't know exactly how we fell this far behind. I guess we just flooded out and they just never did ever. But we are wildly behind. Yeah, I'm going to scoop it up even. There's no way we can win this. I got more important things to do than slowly, inevitably lose that game. We were just way too far behind. We even found a little bot there or whatever, but it's too clunky. That was never going to happen for us. I don't even know if the spell pierce was backbreaking, but I think we lose even if we resolve. Like, if you let us resolve that saga, but give them a different spell in their deck besides the spell pierce, I still think they win. What? I mean, I got my computer desperately trying to run everything, but beyond that, I don't know. I don't hear any other background noises, so I don't know. All right. That last match was ugly and fruitless, but we had a couple interesting matches up till then. Got some of our gems back, had some fun, played some Magic, made friends along the way. I'm gonna try some. I'm gonna try to scale back what's going on in my Streamlabs before Wednesday and see if I can't reduce the panic my CPU feels constantly when running Streamlabs these days. Thanks for hanging, though, gang. I had a good time. Hope you did, too. Gonna farewell you now, unless we have Math here for his listen up. Yeah, Matt, I'm going to wait for Math Core on the listen up. So I am ready for it, but I want to let my Redeemer show up for that. Open it, Steam. I might try that. Streamlabs has switching software is hard for me. Like I don't want to relearn new streaming software, but it might be worth it. I'm going to start with just trying to reduce the strain on Streamlabs and see if that works. But Streamlabs is clearly a hog. Like even if I'm exacerbating it, I'm exacerbating a memory hog. That's for sure. So thanks for hanging, though. I'm going to find someone to raid then. And who we got? Lavinius, Scotty Nada on Storybook Brawl. Lavinius is cosplaying. We got Autumn Lily cubing. Yeah, I guess I'm going to send you to Lily for cubing. A little Magic the Gathering online. The classic. All right, pile on board. See what Autumn's got for you. Looks like they have a blue-black reanimation deck. Sweet. All right. Go watch Autumn reanimate some beefy threats. Bye, gang.